Have you ever heard of adult babies? Adult babies are also known as paraphiliac infantilism, and they're also associated with community AV/DL, which is known as adult babies, diaper lovers. It's average for males to become interested with this subject at age 11, and they start practicing around age 13, and this is more common in males. For females, they become interested around age 12 and start practicing around age 16. This is a result of delayed puberty. Some behaviors include crawling on the floor, drinking from a bottle, wearing a onesie or clothing that looks like children's clothing, having children's furniture and children's toys.
We'd like to share with you today some facts about Stanley. Now, Stanley is an adult baby who's very popular. He's actually the most popular adult baby as a result of him being featured on Taboo in My Strange Addiction. He's very open about his love for being an adult baby and wants to help other people that are transitioning to become one. He is around 34 years old and has a website that has different links depending upon what you prefer to do. There's website, he has a place for you to find a parent and also for diaper lovers. He tries to find someone that lives near you that can help you through this. He likes to help you find a friend that enjoys the same things you do. We'd like to share with you a video of Stanley and some information that he shared with us.
I like to play or be treated as a baby.
Hi, puppy.
Just to get the love and affection, safeness. Basically just go back to a time where you're caring for a 1 or 2 year old, and that's what it is for me.
Okay.
29-year-old Stanley Thornton spends half his life pretending to be an infant. He calls himself an adult baby.
You miss me?
With being an adult baby, I've had a couple different reactions, some good, some not so good. I've had some people that are perfectly fine with it, and I've had others that are just angry, like they think that it's an automatic that you're a pedophile because you're into it.
Adult babies is a fairly new concept, so it has very little public research out. Sometimes it's considered to be a sexual fetish, although most of the time it just involves role-playing. Psychological help is usually not sought unless advised by a family member or friend, or for some legal reason, because most people who are participating in an adult baby lifestyle don't believe that what they're doing is wrong or abnormal in a way that needs professional help.
I think our cultural norms tell us that we're supposed to be babies, and then we grow up and we go through teenage and then we become adults, you know, and if somebody is trying to jump back, then that feels uncomfortable and people feel threatened by something that's out of the ordinary.
But Stanley doesn't have a hectic job or a fast-paced life. The stresses he's escaping from are not in the present. They're in his past.
I had abuse at home. Most times I'd curl up into a ball and just wait for it to be over. My younger past I don't have memory of. Maybe it was like amnesia from abuse or something that was blocked out.
Stanley's history of abuse is so severe, he's been diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder.
From talking with Stanley, I recognized that throughout his life he was cast off and rejected, and that There have been several traumatic experiences that he had. He came out feeling less secure and less able to cope in the world because of those experiences.
Like for adult babies, that for adult babies to go on is the daily diaper, ABDL match, and ABDL video. It also been featured on My Strange Addiction and Taboo, but media mostly sees it as a creepy or strange thing. And some websites even let you hire a mommy and daddy for a day, which can vary prices from very cheap or very expensive. And the first public event of adult baby was a baby week in San Francisco in the early 1990s.
Media today plays a large role in advocating paraphilic and infantilism. In today's world, with large networks like TLC, NBC, and CBS documenting cases of this rare disease, it is bringing more awareness to what is actually going on with some of these individuals. Individuals today who suffer from adult baby syndrome have more of an outlet to reach to each other. There are a number of blogs, chat rooms, and websites that they can all contact each other, talk to each other for support or for questions, or if they just need a little help with something. A lot of these websites also are kind of like a service website where if an individual who is looking for a mother or a mother is looking to take care of someone who has adult baby syndrome, it makes it a lot easier for them to get together, contact each other, and eventually meet up.
Some advice for parents is to be understanding. It's not something that occurred all of a sudden. It's probably been a lifelong desire for them and they're just now expressing it. It's a lifestyle. It's not something they choose. It won't affect their school or work, and it won't affect them on an academic level. They'll still be the same as every other child or adult. You need to make sure you give them extra support because they will face a lot of bullies. It helps to learn the vocabulary and some of the facts about them. It's not seen as a sexual act for some people because they want to keep the identity of the baby to be pure. It just depends on the person. So don't be afraid to ask your child or someone you know what they do, if they find it to be sexual or not. But some people will be closed off, so keep that in mind. Trying to help them find support groups. They will feel alone, and there are many websites that are out there to help them. Just make sure you're careful on what websites they go to, considering there is some people that use this as a fetish. So you could potentially find very dangerous websites, especially for young children. As a result of this not occurring outside of the house, many adult babies do have normal jobs. So you don't have to worry about your child not having a normal job like most people.
As a grown-up, Stanley found a way to cope by dressing and acting like a baby. He sees it as a chance to experience the childhood he never had.
Being an adult baby brings me a lot of peace and calm. It lets me forget what's happened and try to pretend like, okay, I'm a kid again, we're starting over fresh. This stuff isn't gonna happen, and that's another life. And so when I'm role-playing like that, you know, I'm picturing myself as a different kid and different place, different circumstances, and I try to create that happy life, you know.
In their spare time, they run an adult baby website for over 1,500 members worldwide. They offer support and break down misconceptions about the adult baby lifestyle.
So Stanley's site, our youngest member is 9 years old, and our oldest is 92. It's really great if we can just help just one person. You know, it's like you have a 25-year-old saying, I've had these feelings for years. What's wrong with me? And I tell them, there's nothing wrong with you.
Role-playing not only helped me deal with being in diapers at night, but it helped me cope with the abuse. His dad was the first to find his diapers. He yelled at him and threw them away. His mother pretended like it wasn't happening and referred to his diapers as his products. He didn't talk to most of his family. The only contact was with his mother, and it's a strained relationship. But that's how many media outlets make it sound. Like we do nothing but act like babies all day. Although Taboo made it sound like I role-played all day, I really only role-play 1 to 3 hours a day.